Chosen one. I need you to stop everything right now and listen closely. You might feel like you've been walking alone for far too long, but I want to remind you today that this moment is not a coincidence. You're here for a reason, and the message I'm about to share with you could change everything. You've felt the weight of separation from your mother, the pain of being apart, the confusion that comes with not understanding why you had to endure such distance. Maybe it's made you question your worth, your place, and even your relationship with God. But I want you to hear this clearly, that pain was never a sign of abandonment. God wasn't punishing you. No, He was setting you apart. The separation you've endured was part of a divine design, a process that is preparing you for something greater. I know the ache you've felt, the emotional distance, the loneliness, and the longing for a love that seemed just out of reach. But understand this: God used that separation to mold you, to refine you, and to prepare you for a higher calling. This was never about losing love. It was about gaining a deeper connection to the one who created you. In your isolation, God has been shaping you into someone who can carry a purpose greater than what the world could offer. You are not like everyone else. Your path has always been destined for more, and this distance, this challenge has been part of your divine preparation. As you reflect on your own journey of separation, know that you are never alone. God has been right there with you every step of the way. And He has used this time to strengthen you, build your character, and awaken you to the calling He placed on your life. You've been chosen for a purpose that goes beyond earthly relationships, and you're about to step into something far greater than you could have imagined. If you feel this message resonates with you, don't let this moment slip away. Hit that like button to affirm your readiness to embrace this divine calling. Subscribe to receive more powerful revelations, and comment your thoughts below. Share your journey and let others know they are not alone. Part of something bigger, and the time to step into your purpose is now. Chosen one, I want you to take a moment and reflect on the emotional and spiritual journey you've walked. The path hasn't been easy, and I know the weight of it has often felt unbearable. The separation from your mother, the distance that's existed between you and those you thought would always be there, this has left you feeling isolated, confused, and at times abandoned. But I need you to understand something profound. This separation was not random, it was not a mistake, nor was it some cruel twist of fate. It was divine. It was orchestrated by God Himself, and it is part of a far greater plan that is unfolding in your life. The pain and isolation you've felt have not been signs of rejection, but rather signs of a profound spiritual refinement. God in His wisdom deliberately set you apart to protect you, to mold you, and to prepare you for something greater. The absence of maternal love, though painful, created a space for God's perfect love to fill. You may have longed for the comfort of a mother's embrace, the validation that only she could provide. But in the silence of that absence, God was drawing you closer. He was teaching you to rely on Him, to find your worth in His love alone, and to develop a relationship with Him that was unclouded by earthly attachments. This divine separation was not meant to break you. No, it was meant to build you. It was necessary for your spiritual growth and development. Just as a sculptor chisels away at a block of marble to reveal the masterpiece within, God has been chipping away at the parts of you that were not meant to stay. The pain, the moments of loneliness, the feelings of being abandoned by the very people who should have supported you, these were all part of God's sculpting process. Every tear, every wound, every silent moment was creating space for you to grow stronger, more resilient, and more aligned with your divine purpose. This separation was not punishment, though. At times it may have felt like it. It was God's way of refining you, of giving you the strength to rise above the limitations that come from worldly attachments. The loneliness you've experienced has been a tool, a divine instrument that has shaped your heart and soul. It is through this isolation that God has given you the opportunity to lean fully on Him to build an unshakable foundation of trust and faith. You were never meant to rely on earthly love for your sense of worth. God has shown you that His love is perfect, unconditional, and all-encompassing, filling the space where you once felt void. In this process, you have grown in ways that most will never understand. You have developed a strength that others will envy, a resilience that can only be forged in the fire of separation. While others have found comfort in their familiar relationships, you have learned to stand alone, to lean on God, and to trust His plan for your life. This is not weakness, chosen one. This is strength. This is the strength that comes from being refined by the hand of God, and it is what will carry you through the challenges ahead. So I want to reassure you now that this separation, this pain, and this loneliness were not in vain. God is not punishing you. He is preparing you. He has set you apart because He has a mission for you that cannot be fulfilled while you are still tethered to the limitations of earthly attachments. You are destined for something greater, and this divine separation is the process that is shaping you into the person you need to be to fulfill that calling. Now that we understand the divine purpose behind your separation, let's dive deeper into the process of transformation that has been taking place within you. Isolation, though difficult, has been the spiritual forge that has refined you. Much like a warrior being trained in the wilderness or a sculptor refining a masterpiece, your isolation has been a place of preparation. It has been a place where God has worked on you, shaping you into a vessel strong enough to carry the weight of your divine calling. In this time of separation, you've been forced to confront your deepest fears, your insecurities, and your wounds. The emotional wounds, the criticisms, the rejections, all of these have served to strengthen your inner resilience and character. Each trial, each moment of doubt, each battle within your own heart has been a step toward becoming who God created you to be. God has allowed these challenges not because He wants to see you suffer, but because He knows that it is through struggle that we are shaped and refined. You have been tested, tried, and molded, and now you stand stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your purpose than ever before. This transformation was never meant to root your identity in human relationships, particularly the flawed and imperfect relationships that caused you so much pain. The purpose of your separation was to help you realize that your worth and your identity do not come from your family, your friends, or anyone else on this earth. Your true identity comes from God alone. He created you, He called you, and He is the only one who can define your worth. Through this isolation, He has taught you to rely on Him to find your value in His love and guidance, not in the approval or affection of others. It's important for you to embrace your own separation as part of your spiritual initiation. Yes, it's been painful. Yes, it's been lonely. But I want you to understand that these moments were essential for your growth. They were not meant to break you. They were meant to prepare you for greatness. You've been in training, chosen one. You've been undergoing a spiritual refinement process that has made you stronger, more resilient, and more capable of handling the challenges that lie ahead. Now I encourage you to look at your journey with new eyes. What once seemed like rejection or abandonment can now be seen as God's divine plan unfolding. Every tear you shed, every moment of loneliness has been part of your training. You're not weaker for it, you are stronger. You're not broken, you're being remade into something greater, something more powerful, something that will be a beacon of light to others who are still lost in the darkness. The purpose of this isolation was not just to build strength. It was also to help you rise above the limitations that earthly relationships can impose. You were not meant to be bound by human expectations or attachments. God's purpose for you goes beyond the ordinary. You are called to something greater, something more significant than what the world can offer. And in order to fulfill that calling, God had to prepare you, to shape you, to free you from the distractions that could hold you back. This process of separation and transformation has also prepared you to embrace your divine mission. You are now stronger, more focused, and more connected to your purpose than ever before. God has not left you alone in your pain. He has been with you every step of the way, molding you, refining you, and getting you ready for the work He has set before you. O chosen one, I want you to embrace the transformation that has been taking place within you. Don't see your past struggles as a burden. See them as the crucible in which you've been forged into something greater. The path ahead will not always be easy, but you are now equipped with the strength and resilience to face whatever comes. You've been prepared for this moment, and you are ready to step into the calling that God has placed on your life. This separation has been a necessary part of your spiritual growth. It was not meant to break you, but to build you into someone who can rise above the limitations of the past. Now, with a heart full of divine purpose, you are ready to move forward and fulfill the mission that has been written for you since the beginning of time. Embrace it. Know that you are not alone. God has been with you through it all, and now He is preparing you for something extraordinary. Step into your destiny. Chosen one, you are ready. Chosen one, I want to dive deeper into something incredibly significant that has shaped your journey. The calling that God has placed on your life is far greater than any earthly attachment or relationship. It transcends the expectations of the world, the definitions that family, friends, and society may have tried to impose on you. Your divine calling was designed specifically for you, with purpose, intention, and precision. God has set you apart, and this process, this separation, is not by accident. It is part of His divine design. This separation was necessary so that you could embrace the extraordinary purpose that awaits you, a purpose that goes beyond what most people can even fathom. God's purpose for you is unique. Chosen one. No one else can walk the path you are meant to walk. You've been handpicked, crafted, and set apart to fulfill a calling that goes beyond familial expectations, beyond societal norms, and beyond the limits of human understanding. Your life, though it may have been filled with challenges and moments of isolation, has been intricately woven to align with this higher purpose. There is no other person who can fulfill the role that God has designed for you. And it's because of this that your journey has been different. It has not followed the usual path that others may have walked. You were not meant to follow the crowd. Instead, you were chosen to lead, to rise above the ordinary, and to fulfill a mission that will change lives and impact the world in ways only you can. You might have wondered at times why your path was so different from those around you. Why did you have to face such challenges, such moments of emotional distance, especially from those who were supposed to love and care for you? The truth is, God needed you to be set apart. He needed you to be free from the emotional chains that earthly relationships often impose. He needed you to step into your purpose without the distractions of toxic attachments and unhealthy dynamics. And while that may have felt painful, it was necessary. Your separation was a form of spiritual protection, a divine act that allowed you to grow, to shed the layers that could have held you back, and to rise into the person you were always meant to be. The emotional distance you've experienced wasn't just a form of loneliness, it was a necessary part of your spiritual growth. The detachment from familial bonds, particularly those relationships that may have been toxic or draining, has given you the space to reconnect with God in a way that was never possible before. You've been given the opportunity to grow stronger in your relationship with Him, unclouded by the opinions, expectations, and influence of others. This space, though difficult at times, has allowed you to build a relationship with your Creator that is pure, untainted, and deeper than any earthly relationship could have ever been. This process has been about spiritual development, Chosen One. In breaking free from the chains of emotional dependency, you have learned to stand on your own, to find your worth in God's love, and to build your identity on His purpose for your life. God has needed you to understand that your true identity does not come from your family, your relationships, or even the world's approval. It comes from Him alone. And now you are finally free to walk in that truth, free to pursue the divine calling He has set before you without the weight of other people's expectations or opinions. As you reflect on this separation, I want you to see it as the act of a loving and intentional Creator who knows exactly what you need to fulfill your divine purpose. It was never meant to punish you or leave you feeling abandoned. It was meant to refine you, to clear the path for you to walk into the extraordinary calling that awaits you. The separation from your earthly attachments has opened the door to a deeper connection with God, a more profound alignment with His will, and a greater capacity to walk in the power He has placed within you. This emotional distance has taught you how to depend on God, how to trust Him fully, and how to walk by faith rather than by sight. It has refined your spirit, stripping away the distractions that could have kept you from your true mission. It has given you the freedom to embrace your role as a spiritual leader and to carry the divine message that God has entrusted to you. This is not a burden, Chosen One. It is a gift. The emotional distance you've felt has prepared you for something far greater than what you ever could have imagined. It has given you the strength to rise above the limitations that others are bound by and to step into your calling with clarity, power, and purpose. I understand that embracing this calling might not be easy. It might be uncomfortable and it might make you feel like you're walking a path that few can understand, but that's because your calling is unique. You were never meant to fit into the mold that the world has set. You were designed for more, created for a purpose that goes beyond anything that can be defined by earthly standards. Your calling is divine, and it requires a different kind of strength. A strength that comes from walking in alignment with God's will, without the distractions of human approval or expectations. This is the beauty of your journey, Chosen One. The divine calling on your life goes beyond familial bonds and human attachments. It transcends the limitations of this world and aligns with the higher purpose that God has set for you. And now you're being prepared to walk fully into that purpose. This journey of separation, though it has been challenging, has prepared you for what is to come. You are stronger, wiser, and more aligned with God's will than ever before. And now it's time to rise. The world needs people like you, people who have faced the darkest moments, who have walked through the fire, and who have emerged stronger with a heart full of God's love and a spirit aligned with His purpose. You are now ready to lead, to inspire, and to guide others through their own journeys. The separation you once questioned is now the very thing that has prepared you to step into your divine calling. With courage, strength, and unwavering faith. God's purpose for you is greater than you can imagine, and it is time to fully embrace the extraordinary path He has set before you. You are always meant to be different. You are always meant to rise above the ordinary. And now, as you embrace your calling, know that this divine separation has paved the way for you to fulfill a higher purpose. Your journey is just beginning, and it is one that will leave a lasting impact on this world. Embrace it, Chosen One. You are ready. Chosen One, now that you have come to understand the divine purpose behind your separation, it is time for you to step fully into your role. This is no longer a journey of merely surviving or of seeking personal growth. You were chosen for something far greater. You've been set apart not just to better your own life, but to serve others, to lead them, and to be a shining beacon of light in a world that desperately needs it. You are now called to be an example, a living testament of divine transformation, and to show others the power of walking in alignment with God's purpose. Embracing your role as a leader is a powerful calling, one that requires humility, strength, and a deep understanding of your divine mission. But it also comes with responsibility. This journey has shaped you into a vessel capable of carrying God's mission to those who need it most. It is not about your own elevation, but about elevating others. You've been molded through trials, refined in solitude, and now you stand at the threshold of your true purpose. You're not here to just improve your own life. You're here to help others navigate their own journeys, to lead them through the darkness and to guide them to the light. God has prepared you to carry the weight of this responsibility, and the time has come for you to step into your calling with courage and confidence. The separation you once questioned, the struggles you endured, have all been necessary to make you the leader you are now. You're ready to lead with the wisdom and strength that comes from being aligned with God's will. The crown you're about to receive is not a sign of superiority, but a sign of your readiness to serve. It is a tool that will empower you to make a lasting impact on those around you. You have been given this responsibility because you have shown that you can carry the weight without letting it crush you. You've been tested, and now you're being entrusted with the power to guide others. It is important to understand that the divine purpose you're embracing is not just about personal glory or achievement. It is about service. Service to others, service to God's mission, and service to the world that is waiting for you to step into your full power. You were never meant to keep this purpose to yourself. You were never meant to be content in your own growth while others around you suffer in silence. Your calling is one that requires action, one that calls you to step out and make a difference. As you embrace your role as a leader, you will begin to experience clarity in ways you have never known before. The confusion, the uncertainty, and the doubt that once clouded your mind will begin to lift. In its place will come a deep sense of peace, knowing that you are walking in the exact direction God has set for you. Even when challenges arise, and you will find strength in your purpose. This clarity and strength will come from the deep connection you have built with God. You will no longer feel tossed by the winds of uncertainty because you will have a foundation that is unshakable. This clarity is not just intellectual understanding, it is a deep spiritual knowing that you are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you were meant to do. And as you continue to walk in purpose, you will find that this clarity leads to a sense of peace that transcends circumstances. You may still face difficulties, but those difficulties will no longer overwhelm you. Instead, you will face them with the strength and grace that comes from knowing that you are walking in alignment with God's will. This peace will not be fleeting or dependent on external factors. It will be a peace that comes from within, a peace that is rooted in your divine calling and the assurance that you are not alone. God is with you, guiding you every step of the way, and you are walking in His light. However, with this divine calling comes a responsibility that is not to be taken lightly. The crown that you are about to receive is not a symbol of your superiority, but a symbol of the responsibility that comes with spiritual growth and power. As you step into your role, you must remember that the authority you carry is not for self-glorification. It is not for personal gain or to elevate your own status. The crown is a tool that has been entrusted to you, a tool that will allow you to serve others, to lead them, and to make a positive impact in the world. The responsibility that comes with spiritual authority is immense. You are not only responsible for your own growth, but for guiding others through their own struggles, their own darkness and their own spiritual journeys. You are now called to use your wisdom, your strength, and your love to help others find their way. The power you have is not for domination, but for elevation. It is not for control, but for liberation. You've been given the ability to lead with integrity, to speak truth with authority, and to reflect God's love in everything you do. As you embrace this responsibility, remember that you are not alone. God is with you every step of the way. You are not meant to carry this burden on your own. You are part of a greater mission, a greater purpose that stretches beyond your individual calling. Your role in this time of global transformation is crucial. You are one of the leaders who will help guide others through the changes that are coming. You are called to be a beacon of light in a world that is shifting, to show others that there is hope, peace, and love even in the darkest of times. This is your time, chosen one. You are ready. God has prepared you for this moment, and now it is time to step into your divine purpose. The world needs you now more than ever. Your strength, your wisdom, and your light are exactly what the world needs in this time of transformation. So step into your role with faith, with courage, and with the knowledge that you are supported by God Himself. He has called you to lead, and He has equipped you with everything you need to fulfill your purpose. Remember, the crown you are about to receive is not for your glory. It is for the service of others. It is a tool that will allow you to help others walk the path of transformation and to guide them to the divine purpose that awaits them. You have been chosen to lead not for your own benefit, but for the benefit of the world. And as you embrace this calling, know that you are not just fulfilling your own purpose, you are fulfilling the greater purpose of God's plan for humanity. This is the moment you've been preparing for, chosen one. You've risen higher than you ever thought possible. Now step into your calling and lead others with love, integrity, and humility. Your journey is just beginning, and the world is waiting for the light you are about to shine. Chosen one, you have been through a transformative journey, and the path you've walked has led you to this moment, your divine coronation. You've been refined, tested, and prepared to step into your true purpose. The crown you will receive is not a sign of your superiority, but a reflection of your readiness to serve, to lead, and to guide others through the coming changes. Your purpose is not just about personal growth, it is about serving others, being a beacon of light, and showing the world what it looks like to live in alignment with God's will. I encourage you to embrace this moment fully. Step into your divine calling with faith and gratitude, knowing that the challenges you've faced have prepared you for this higher purpose. Write 777 in the comments if you feel the power of this transformation, if you are ready to walk in the path that God has set for you. Share this video with others who may be on a similar journey and help them find the courage to step into their own divine calling. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and comment your thoughts and reflections. Your journey has just begun, and this is your time to rise higher than you ever imagined. The world is waiting for the light you are about to bring. Embrace it, chosen one.